Hey you guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching ToyaJTV. This is week 5 of the Relaxer Stretch series. Today's episode, I am going to be showing you how to flat iron, okay? I know a lot of you guys have asked, how do you flat iron? And I know a lot of y'all don't know how to flat iron because a lot of my clients will tell me, I don't know how to flat iron my hair. Like, I just don't know how to do it. And to me, I guess because I do it so much, I'm just like, how do you not know how to flat iron? But I have realized a lot of people don't know how to do a lot of things. So that's why I'm here. We listen and we don't judge. So I'm going to be showing you how to flat iron my hair and how I got this look, okay? For those of you that are new here, I love my hair bone straight, like bone straight, just like this. This is my favorite style to wear my hair in. I just like it to have lots of, look at that. Your hair does not have to be long to have body. So all of you guys that are just itching and yearning for that long hair, I mean, you can have it. If that's what you want, go ahead and do it. But short hair girlies, your hair can still have body. Look at this. It's the products, okay? That's why you need to get you some by L. Jones products. It's the product. It's what you use on your hair. Next week, we'll be going over my hair care routine, okay? So I'll show you from start to finish how to get the body, okay? How to get the bounce. I know many of you guys like curls, and I do think curls look great on everybody else. I have to be in the mood for curls, you know what I mean? This is me, right here. Straight. Bone straight. I'm very, very, very happy with the results. And all I did was wrap it. That's all I did was wrap it. And I want to show you something. You see where you may have like a little flyaway here? I tried to save them for you guys so I can show you this. But you see how there may be like a flyaway here, a flyaway here? The Miracle Potion number 9 will fix that, okay? In addition to making your hair smell fantastic, it also helps with flyaways, and it helps with frizz, and it adds shine, okay? So all you do, if you see a little flyaway right there, you want to spray it directly on there. Then you can take your hand, but I'm going to take a comb, and then you just comb it right down. See how that went away? Just that quickly. And it dries down very quickly. So it's going to look kind of oily at first, but then you just give it a minute for it to dry down and your hair is going to be just like this. It's just going to leave the shine. You see how there's a shine, but it's still moving? Like if it was heavy, my hair would not do this. What'd you say? Did you call me or did you call me? Look, I'm on my worst behavior when I get my hair done. That's all you do. Just take the Miracle Potion number 9. It comes in 7 different scents. That's the only difference in them. So it's not that one does this, one does that. They all do the same thing. They just smell differently. So it just depends on what type of mood you're in. The scents range from like a very clean, fresh, to like a floral, to a fruity, to a more perfumey. So again, it really just depends on what mood you're in. We're going to get started today on, again, how to flat iron your hair. And I touched a little bit on it in one of the previous videos about the actual temperature, but we're going to go briefly over that again this time. So let's get started.
Okay, so first thing first, I have already prepped my hair. Now, it would do you no justice if I didn't tell you what I use to shampoo my hair, because why would you want to learn how to flat iron your hair but it have no body? So the first thing I used was the Extreme Clean. This is going to make sure you get all of the dirt, oil, and residue off your hair. Then I followed that up with the Extreme Moisture Shampoo, and that adds the moisture back into the hair. Well, it begins to. And then I did the Replenishing Conditioner, and that's going to make your hair so soft, and it's also going to help you to detangle, help you to also be able to maneuver your hair a little bit better. So those are the things that I did. I'm going to be using both of these flat irons because the back of my hair is still pretty short, and I want to get close to the root. Okay, so now let's get started on this tutorial. Now, what I'm going to do first, this is a cheat code. Don't tell anybody else I told you this. You want to take right around the edges and right around your part and use that little bitty flat iron. And that way you don't have to use that big one to get so close to the root. Now, I'm also going to do the same thing right here by the part. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get very, very close to the root. And you see how thin this section is. That's how thin you want the sections to be on every piece of the hair. But right here, I'm just taking it and I'm only going over the root. That way, you can always look like you got a fresh touch up, okay? Even though you haven't. It's been 5 weeks for me since my last touch up, and I have just a little bit of baby wave of a new growth. But this is a very easy way, especially when you're a beginner, to help you to get that very straight look, is to just get little bitty pieces right around your edges and right around your part, and just flat iron those pieces first. So that way, when you actually start going through the hair, and don't pull it all the way down to the ends, you're only getting the root. That way, when you start going through the hair, you see how much straighter that looks than the other side. It's going to help you so that you won't burn yourself with the bigger flat iron, okay? So now, you want to take a clip and get that out of the way. And you see how thin that section is. Again, you want to make sure that the flat iron is able to distribute that heat evenly. And this is going to help you to use one pass. So again, because that piece is very close to my ear, that's why I used the small flat iron for that. So when you grab the flat iron, you just take it and pull straight down. That's literally all you do. And one tip that I will give you is that if you actually watch me when I put the flat iron on the next piece, you see how I'm also grabbing the very tip of it, because a lot of flat irons, the very tip is not hot. The edge of it. See how I'm pulling with the other end right there with my fingers? That helps me to close the flat iron tighter, and then all I'm doing is pulling straight down. So that's it. That's all you do, okay? And at first, that hair isn't going to look like it has body because it's only a couple of pieces. But as you continue to go, you're going to start seeing that hair move more and more. See, and all you need to do is that repetitive motion. Just pull straight down. If you want a slight little bump, just kind of go in the pattern of like a uppercase C, okay? Not a lowercase C. You don't want to put too much bend in it, but I mean just barely bend your wrist. Just barely bend it. If that's too much for you, just come straight down, because you're going to get that bend when you wrap it in the end. And it's going to seem like it's taking forever because you are, again, taking very thin pieces, but please trust the process, okay? Go slowly. This is me flat ironing in real time, okay? Once I get to the back, you still want to take very, very small sections. You see how I'm in the back right now? You see that section is still very thin. And you still want to take small sections. And you see how I barely bent my wrist? Again, if that's too much for you, just go straight down. You don't have to try to bend it. Just go straight down. And when you go straight down, again, when you wrap it afterwards, that bend is going to automatically come. But the thinner the pieces, the better. Now, you don't want to just flat iron like one piece of one hair at a time. But you want that section to be see-through, so that heat, you're making sure that heat is evenly distributed. If you take a section that is too wide, what's going to happen is the heat is not going to go all the way through. And then as soon as you step outside, your hair is going to feel like it's starting to puff up and it's starting to revert back. So I want to reiterate the simplicity of this. Literally, all you're doing, you're going to put a piece of hair in between the flat iron, close it pretty tight. You want to hold it firm, and then just pull straight down. Your flat iron, the plate on it, your hair should be able to glide straight through it, okay? Your hair should not pull, tug, or anything like that. Also, you want to make sure that the section that you're using is not wider than your flat iron. Okay, for the same reasons, you want every piece of hair to get flat ironed at once in that one section. So you don't want your section too wide and you don't want your section too thick. You see how that's coming together? Now that I'm getting closer to the top of this second section, and this is why I like to go in vertical sections instead of horizontal, because it helps me to maneuver the hair better. Now, if it's better for you to go horizontal sections and go row by row, then do that. But this way right here, I can move much faster. You see how that body is already in the hair? Now you see the whole picture coming together, okay? I told you, when you're just doing a one or two sections or one or two pieces of hair, it's not going to seem like it has body, but just trust the process, and then you'll eventually start seeing your hair move. And don't be afraid to get close to the root. You're not going to hold it there. As soon as you put that flat iron, you're going to start coming down that hair shaft. You don't want to put it at the very root and then hold it for a few seconds and then come down, because that's how you will get burned. As soon as you put that hair on that piece, as soon as you put that flat iron on that piece of hair, you're going to immediately start coming down. You see how I did not hesitate when I put that flat iron on my hair? I just started coming right on down. So that's where a lot of people also get confused. You want to be quick with it, okay? So take your time, but come all the way down to the ends, and do not take the flat iron off until you have reached the very end of your hair. Look at that body, y'all. Just look at it already, okay? And I'm only a third of the way done, okay? So I went ahead and did the back off camera because you really can't see what I'm doing back there. But now I'm back over here to the side so you can see me very clearly. And you, again, pay attention to how thin my sections are. Each piece that I'm flat ironing is thin, and also pay attention to me that I'm only going through the hair one time with one pass. Especially when you have relaxed hair, you don't need too many passes on the flat iron, because the relaxer has done most of the work for you, the straightening part. All you're doing is making sure it's sleek and having that body in it. That's all you're doing. So you don't have to do a lot of passes because you don't want damage. You don't want breakage. Now let's talk about the heat setting. I have my heat setting on about 410. It may be at 415. Between 410 and 415. Again, because I'm only 5 weeks relaxed. So aside from not even a half an inch of new growth, all the rest of my hair is relaxed already. So I don't need that much heat. So it really depends. If you have very fine strands, or if you have very thin hair, then you can probably go a little bit lower. You can go like around 400, or like I said, 370. What you want to do, if you are unsure about the temperature of your flat iron, you want to start like at around 350 or 370, and you want to do one little bitty piece, flat iron one little bitty piece of hair. If you feel the urge to want to flat iron that piece again, then the flat iron is not hot enough. You would need to cut it up just a little bit. Start cutting it up in increments of 10. So if 370 didn't get it for you, cut it up to 380. If 380 didn't get it for you, cut it up to 390, and keep going up in increments of 10 until when you flat iron one piece of hair, you feel like that one time was enough. So again, mine is at about 410. I want to say it's at about 410. And that's all the heat that I need right now. Now, as I get up in my stretch and I get more and more new growth, what I'll do is I'll cut the flat iron up, and I will flat iron my new growth twice, and then I'll come all the way down one time from the mid shaft to the ends. Because again, your relaxed hair doesn't need excessive heat. That's how you get breakage and damage, and we do not want that. As far as products, the only thing I had put in my hair aside from the shampoo and conditioner was a little bit of Silky Serum Oil for the heat protectant. And heat protectant does not mean that you can use as much heat as you want, okay? Heat protectant, you still need to use a safe temperature on the flat iron, but that helps you to avoid any type of breakage or damage that can occur due to using too much heat. It's basically like having on a seatbelt. It doesn't mean you won't get in an accident, but if you do, 9 times out of 10, you will be okay. So if you have the flat iron up maybe just a little bit higher than it needs to, then you'll probably be okay. But that doesn't mean you can go over your hair 1,000 times with that, that same piece of hair. do not do that, okay? Because no matter how much heat protectant you use, you can still get a little bit of damage. So it's good to use it, but you don't want to, still abuse your hair even though you're using it. So as I come around to the top of my hair, I'm getting wider and wider pieces. And again, you just want to make sure that the piece of hair that you're getting is not wider than the flat iron, okay? Now that I have finished, the only thing I'm going to be spraying on it is this by L. Jones Miracle Potion. It just adds a little bit more shine, and any frizzy pieces or flyaways that I have, it will lay those down, and it's going to make my hair smell fantastic. So that's the only thing that I'm going to use. And then after this, I am going to wrap my hair, and I'm going to wrap it overnight. And then once you see the ending of this video, that is when I have unwrapped my hair. But this right here is me just freshly shampooing it. Freshly flat ironing it and just combing it straight down. And it's going to get even sleeker after I wrap it. But this is the finished results. You should have something that looks just about like this. Now let's take a look at the back. The back is laying down like we wanted to, straight and everything like that. So again, the only thing I'm going to be doing is wrapping it, and I'll do a separate video showing you how I wrap it. Don't mind my son, y'all. He loves to come in when I'm recording. But again, only thing I'm going to do is wrap it. And here are the end results.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope now you know how to flat iron your hair, okay? I hope this gave you some insight and that you at least try it, okay? Again, don't compare yourself to me, because I have been using a flat iron just about every single day, not necessarily on my own hair, but every single day for over 20 years, okay? So don't compare yourself to me, a 20-year vet. Start where you can, and as you keep doing it, you'll get much, much better. Every time you're going to get better. Just make sure you're using the right temperature for your hair. Make sure you're starting at the root, coming all the way down, and make sure that you are taking thin sections, okay? Those are my top tips for having a successful flat iron. And then even if it doesn't look 100% to you, what's going to make it go over the top? Wrap it afterwards. When you unwrap that hair, it's going to be boneless, just like this, okay? It's going to fall like meat off the bone, all right? That wrap, magic happens under that wrap, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to follow, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.